Hello, hello. Welcome, 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 fellow travelers, to Real Talks with WUNDT. I am your host, Dr. WUNDT. Like what I'm doing, hit the subscription button, stay in the now time, stay up to date with the current episodes and whatnot, and this, that, and such, and whatnot. And hit the like button too. Show me that you care. Show me that you love me. Excuse me. All right, this next episode is once again a remix because I erased the whole series like an idiot. But I'm like a phoenix, you know what I'm saying? I gotta crash and burn the ashes before I rise again. It's like this is like the fourth time I've done this whole series, and it's just like I don't know what to say to you people anymore. But this time I'll keep them. This time I swear I'll keep the stories. This time I promise. Every time I get stronger and stronger. My book Proverbs is out in stores. You can get it on Amazon, .com or barnesandnobles.com. You can go request it in Barnes and Noble stores. Proverbs by Rich Wislaki, 222 pages full of wisdom, 3,700 all original Proverbs. You want a book on how to make good love? That's your book. Go, please buy it. Support my arts, please. Please. If you like what I'm doing, please support my arts. Buy this book. You won't regret it. It's a great book. It always leaves you uplifted and in great spirits. You won't regret it. It's a must read. Once again, it's called Proverbs by Richard Wislaki. See, look at that. Look at that handsome guy in the back. I don't know how I had that mustache. I can't even grow a mustache now. I gotta shave it off. It always comes in uneven. It's like so annoying. But that picture, I had a full mustache. I don't know how I did it. It was like a whole photograph of me. But now my mustache only grows on this side, and it's like I gotta cut it so that it's even. And I don't even grow it now. It's so annoying. Anyway, whatever. All right, this episode's about my New Year's. I think it was 2011, the year 2011. And this is how I spent the first 3 days, my first 3 days of New Year's. This is when a time for me was psychically popping off, and a lot of things were happening with my arts, with manifesting in my arts, and um psychically I was popping off, and there was just a lot of energy at this time in my life. And when I was just getting my beak wet and getting used to the psychic underground and everything. And so anyway, we were at the studio. It was New Year's Eve. We're at the studio, and I have this. I had this these laser falcon masks, and one of them was had embodied the spirit of Dagon, and I had the staff of Dagon, and I had a staff. And in the photographs that I took of this particular staff, they would turn to snakes and stuff in the photos. So it was like there's some energy on it. There was something going on with it. I know what to do with it, but I figured I could go get rid of it. I was gonna bring it up to Alex Graves and ask for his opinion and maybe have him bury it for me or get rid of it or something. Like it was like too powerful. I couldn't uh I didn't know understand the power of what I had with me. So we're gonna go back to my parents' house to watch the ball drop, and then we're gonna go up to Alex Gray's place and bring him the staff afterwards on the late night because my friend John Elosh invited me up there to go see him. Uh, and I always go up there and I always bring Alex these gifts and whatnot. And so we're at the studio where we got to drive to my parents' house, and there's just this seething, pumping, dare I say, ritualistic. I don't know, platonic, not platonic, catastrophic energy on us, catastrophonically energy energized. And there was just something was in the air, man. It was just New Year's and something was in the air, and we had this staff, and I had to get rid of this damn staff. So I put the staff in the car. We start heading to my parents' house. I look up in the sky, and there's a cloud that has a perfect square cut out of the middle of the cloud. There's like a square, a perfect square cut in the middle of the cloud, like if someone was made a window out of this cloud, and it's following us everywhere we go. This cloud is like just in the same position, and it's just a square, just watching us. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this square? This is so bugged out. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I was like, this is just so bizarre. I've never seen a right angle in a cloud before. You know what I'm saying? So this was très bizarre. So then we're going over these train tracks, and then as we're going over the train tracks, they start blinking. The lights start blinking when we go over it, and the things start coming down on us, like the safety guards are gonna come down on us. And they start going like this, and then they back up. Like once we cross over, it happened like all in a brief second, like in a matter of 2 seconds, like ding 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 ding. Ding. Like when we ran over the train tracks, and I'm like, what is this energy? I was like, yo, this is some bad energy we got on us. I go, we got to get off the road. This is not safe for us to be on the road right now. We've been up for like days, and we just had this like crazy energy on us, and like the train tracks started dinging when we went over it. Like it made no sense. Like, and then the cloud was still following us all the way to my mother's house, to my parents' house. So we get to New Year's Eve. It's still New Year's Eve. We watch the ball drop with the family. We're in the den, and then we start hearing fireworks going on outside. And I'm with Allie, my assistant Allie, by the way, is with me the whole time, so she could vouch for this story. Whenever something really crazy happened in my life, I usually have a validated eyewitness to collaborate my story, so you know I'm not lying when I tell this story. So Allie and I went to my parents' house with the staff of Dagon in the car. The staff of Dagon. I shouldn't even say that. God hates me for that. He hates Dagon. He hates Dagon. I had to get rid of that. I had to get rid of all my laser falcons. Oh God, they were idols. I had idols. This God busted me. They were trying to get rid of me, to get rid of these things for months. They're like, you got idols. You have idols. You have to get rid of them. And then when I finally got rid of them, they said there was a trumpet in heaven blowing for me, and I was just like, at least I got a trumpet in heaven off of it. But these were like my best pieces, my headdresses that I had to get rid of. Anyway, long story short, I have the staff of Dagon in the car. We're at my parents' house. The ball drops. We hear fireworks going on outside. So the whole family goes, oh, let's go onto the deck and see if we can see the fireworks. So we all go outside onto the deck. And then we go around the side of the deck to the side of the house. And then there's big tall trees. This is kind of in the middle of the woods. And then there's the great swamp that's down below on the bottom of the hill over the horizon, all the way up to the horizon. And through the trees, over the horizon, hanging over the horizon, was this big red moon planet. There was a big red planet just sitting there on the horizon. It was 7 to 8 times bigger than the original moon, the size of the moon. That's how big it was. It was a huge red planet sitting over the horizon, and it was close to Earth. And everyone in my family starts freaking out. They're like, "Oh my God, what is going on? What is that? Just to see a planet in the horizon, like a second moon, and it was solid red. It was blood red, and everyone's like, "What is that? What is that? What is that?" They're going crazy, and I'm like, I know what that is. I'm like, that's the red moon. I'm like, that's the moon from Revelations, yo. I'm like, it's going down, yo. It's going down. We're screwed. We're screwed, yo. And to this day, my parents and my uncles and aunts, they reject what they have seen. They've blocked it out of their memories because it was too mind bending for them to comprehend. They've gotten rid of it out of their existence, and they failed to recognize it that as a planet. They just like, oh, it was like some vapor or something. I'm like, no, there was a planet. There was a big red planet sitting right there on the horizon, and we all saw it. It was like 6, 7, 8 times bigger than the original moon, and it was solid red, and it was scary. And I was like, holy shit, there's a friggin' moon sitting right on top of Earth, planet Earth. We're not alone. I mean, this is très bizarre. So someone's like, go inside, get the camera, get your. No one had a camera or phone on them to take pictures for some reason or anything. So someone went in to get a camera from the purse, a phone from the purse, and by the time they came out, it just disappeared like a vapor, like it like went all wavy, and then it just disappeared, and we were like, what the fuck? It just like disappeared on us, like it was just sitting right there, and then it just disappeared, and like my whole family saw it, so I'm not lying. So I was like, this is big, this is special, this is something very, very, very special. So I had to pray upon it, and I kept on praying upon it, and I was like, Lord, please show me the meaning of what you want me to understand about this moon, this red moon, this blood moon. I'm like, what is the meaning behind it? It was like, because obviously you're trying to show me something, you know what I'm saying? Like he always does, like he's always showing me something miraculous and amazing. And all my stories on Real Talks are all truth, by the way. People think I'm lying on these stories. I'm not lying. This is the dead honest truth. This is what happened to me. So so my God, please send me a vision, send me a prayer. Let me make some recognition value on what I saw and tell me what I saw, what's going on with this freaking moon. So then a couple days later, um I got this dream. God sent me the dream of all dreams. Like out of all the dreams in my life, I could tell you this was the most powerful dream I ever dreamt in my life. The force behind it was so strong, it could only be brought forth by the power of the Lord. That's how strong it was. And this is what happened in the dream. He showed me. God showed me. The moon was close to Earth, became close to Earth. And then everyone, it started messing with the gravity on Earth, and it started creating mass dust storms. And everyone was just getting caught in these dust storms, and they were getting blown away. My friend Chris Lopez got caught in the dust storm and got blown away to bits. And people were flying all over the place, like, and the moon was screwing with the Earth's gravity. It was so close, the blood moon. And then I made it, and I was on Route 78, and it was so huge. The moon, it was so big, and it was so powerful. It was dominating Earth, and I was just like, oh my God. So I ended up making it off 78 into Union, into this field, and it was like a safe zone because there was all this destruction going on, and it was a safe zone where there wasn't chaos going on, but there was chaos because there was thousands and thousands of people gathered, herded like cattle grazing, all herded together in the safe zone. And everyone's, bugging out, talking about what's going on. Like there's dust storms, this, that, and everything. Everyone's got high anxiety. And then, and then, uh, the sun, the sun, there's a sun in the sky, and then the sun falls right out of the sky and disappears through the horizon, and the sun fell out of the sky, and people started going crazy. They'd never seen such a crazy thing in their life. There was pandemonium, there was panic, people were screaming for their lives. Ah! It was so wild. It was like the sun was there, and then it just fell out of the sky, like if someone dropped a ball and it just dropped, and it was like no more sun, sun off. time for blackness and stuff. And then I looked up at the sky and I saw stars, and the stars were falling. And and there was a blackness that came over Earth, and everyone was running around screaming, and I was looking for someone to kiss. It's the end of days, it's revolutions, it's revelations, it's the end of the days, the apocalypse, and I was looking for someone to kiss. I was like, well, please, someone kiss me, what I'm saying, before we die, what I'm saying. I just wanted one last kiss with someone. And I'll tell you later what that meant, what I think that part of the dream meant. But uh so then people are screaming for their lives in their heads, and there's blackness, and then I end up walking out of Union and then down to a main street where I went into a side of deli, and there was a bag of chips, like Dorito chips. They look like Dorito chips, but they were honey chips. And when I ate them, I just took the bag because there was no one in the store to to pay for the bag. Everyone was going crazy outside, and I started eating the honey chips, and they were sweet in my mouth, but then when I ate them, they were bitter, bitter, bitter in my stomach, and they were turning in my stomach. And that's just what happened to John when he ate the scroll in Revelations. It was like honey in his mouth when he had to eat the scroll, when the angel told him to eat the scroll, and then it was bitter in his stomach. And this was the same thing that was happening to me. So this was like some prophecy dream, revelation dream about the end of days. I got a glimpse of what was going to happen. I didn't see the whole thing of what was going to happen. I didn't see the beasts or anything like that, or anything, but I saw when the beginning of it, and it was not pretty, and a lot of people died, like right off the bat. People were just dead like that, and they weren't saved. And this is just a good reminder to you. Like, I'm not trying to be a. I never thought I'd be a doomsday preacher, but prophecy does come true. For what's in that Bible does come true, and it always does, and that's God's word. And you can bet this is going to happen someday. He's going to pull the plug, and this is a sign that he wants me. I was like, tell me what this means, Lord. You know what I'm saying? So what I found out what it means is that he wants me to tell you about this moon, and he wants me to tell you about Revelations, and he wants to tell you that it's real and that it's going to happen someday, somehow. It's going to happen. Prophecy will get fulfilled, and the blood moon will come to earth and wreak havoc, and people will scream and die, and those who aren't saved are gonna go to hell with the beast into the lake of fire. And like I said, I never thought I'd be a doomsday preacher, but this is what the Lord wants me to do. And when the Lord sends you a message and such a powerful vision, such as a red planet over your horizon, and 2 days later, a Revelations dream, which was just so intense, the most powerful dream I ever had in my life, I tell you. He's trying to tell me something, and this is what he wants me to do, is to preach to you and tell you that it's not too late. You could change your ways. You could repent. He wants you to repent. He wants you to change your ways. He wants to go back to him. He wants to you go back to him. He wants for you to find him, for you to search for him and give it your all, because not everyone's going to make it in the end. Many are made, but only few are chosen. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to get caught on earth in the end of the last days when he pulls the plug. And it could happen at any second, at any day. When it we don't know when it's going to come. It's going to come. They say it's going to come like a thief in the night. People are not going to be prepared, and then the second coming of Jesus is going to come, and they're going to ring truth, and take up all the loved ones, the ones who worship, the ones who were loyal, and the rest are going to burn. And that's just the way it happens, and that's why you should fear God, and fear God is the pathway to wisdom, because who knows what God's thinking. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna pull the plug someday and have the moon come to earth, and have the sun and stars fall out of the sky and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty intense dude. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get on his bad side, is what I'm saying. It's not too late to repent. to change your ways, to come straight with the Lord. That's what He wants you to do. He wants you to come straight, and He wants you to know that these words are the truth. Because if they weren't the truth, they wouldn't allow me to spit it, and they'd stop me from doing it. And this is my experience. You know what I'm saying? Besides all my other crazy experiences I had, this all means something. You know, something grander. There's a grander message here. You know, God's trying to teach us something, and it's not too late, people. We still have another day on earth, and as long as there's another day, you could repent from your wicked ways. And because these are the ends of times, we're getting close, and who knows when He's gonna get so pissed that everyone's just gonna pull the plug, just like He did with Noah with the flood. You know what I'm saying? He had to dead everyone and then start from scrap again. And like as an artist, I respect that. I respect God's decision because as an artist, I have a crap pile too. You know what I'm saying? In my art, that like that ones that shouldn't have been made or something, you know, that I'll just scrap and then I'll go back and I'll rework it someday. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always like a crap pile. And like I just don't want earth and I don't want your life to become the crap pile. I want you to become in the good pile, the saved pile, the cherished pile, the cherished works. Become His cherished servant, become His cherished worshiper. Serve the Lord with all your mind, body, heart, and soul. It's a commandment, and you will never lose, and you'll be saved in the end because you don't want to get caught in the storm. You don't want to get caught in what's coming around, and that's not even mentioning what the beasts are gonna do and the giant locusts, and it's just gonna be a nightmare. Not to mention the drones, all the new drone technology coming out. Like I said, I never thought I was a doomsday preacher, but I guess I am. So now you heard it and you've been warned. And now that you know the truth, you are responsible for the truth. And if you're not responsible for the truth, you will pay the price for the truth. And this is the truth. God is truth, love is truth. God is wisdom, love is wisdom. God is freedom, love is freedom. God is love, love is God. Feel me? Feel me? Good. All right. So back to the story, okay? Because the story is just getting warmed up. Flashback to 2 days forward, New Year's Eve, the blood moon just disappears. So now Allie and I are gonna go drive. We have the Stafford day gun in the car. We're gonna have to go drive up to Alex Gray's and give it to him. Because only he will know what to do with it. For some reason, in my mind, he like you know what I'm saying he's the master, he's the don of all magic and mysticism. You know what I'm saying? So he's like he'll know what to do with the staff. You know what I'm saying? It's burning up in my studio. You know what I'm saying? This thing's like on flames. It's sometimes you make a piece of art that's so hot it's on fire. I once made this piece of art that was on so much fire. I threw it in the shower for 2 weeks and I still couldn't get the fire out of it. You know, and I had to throw it away. It was just too had too much fire on it. It was crazy. It was crazy, dude. That piece was hard. You know, the piece was too hard for society. I had to get rid of it. But this was one of those pieces. It was causing ruckus wherever I went. You know what I'm saying? It was turning into snakes and the photographs, and it was just doing all sorts of manifestations. And so anyway, we drive up to Alex Gray's compound, Cosm, which is in Dutchess County, New York. And usually when I go to Alex's parties, there's usually like thousands of people raving and people playing trance and Goa and whatever and progressive trance and stuff and big laser parties and everything. But this wasn't a big party. This was a small gathering, just him and his commune people and his students and his current students. So it was weird because there wasn't a lot of people this time. And my friend John, who invited me, who said that Alex wanted to see me, wasn't even there. So he didn't even show up. So I was showing up like out of nowhere, like, hey, what's up, dude? But I did play at Cosm for New Year's, DJ the year before, the New Year's before. So this was the second New Year's I was going to spend with Alex. So it was kind of special. So for that reason, because I did DJ there the year before, and we both like to dress in all black. But that's another story for another day. So we're there, and these kids, these students of his, are like doing magic, and like they're doing like spells and stuff, and like witch spells and shit. And Allie's like, I don't like this vibe in here. This is just not good energy. Like all night, this is no good energy all night. And sometimes it's just like that, you know what I'm saying? And uh so I'm like, I don't care what the hell they're doing. But then his wife Allison comes out and she goes, "Shut it down, shut it down, stop it. He knows too much. He knows too much. Stop it, stop it, stop it." And she starts screaming at everyone to stop doing their witchcraft and stuff. And I was like, "Listen, I really don't give a shit what you're doing to me. You can't phase me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to talk to Alex. Either way, I got this problem on my head. I got to get rid of. I don't know why you're trying to like contain me, putting me containment spells or whatever they were doing. I don't know, but it was just weird and it was off. But that's Magic Mountain. That's where you go if you want to make magic happen. You go live on Magic Mountain with Alex and shit. And Matt, they make magic happen every day of the year up there. That's for damn sure. He's the master of it. He's the master of magic. No one could do what Alex does. She's an amazing artist. She's amazing. God has blessed him beyond proportion. I can't praise the guy enough. He's just an amazing, amazing, talented artist. And he knows what he's doing. He knows how to open up things. He knows to put eyeballs, and he's got eyes in everything. And I've had so many dreams about this man before I even met him. I was having dreams about this guy, so I knew like my future was here with this guy somehow. But that's another story for another time. So anyway, Alex is painting this couple, and he's doing their portrait, and he's like glamorizing them. And then they were done and they finished, and then I went over and I talked to Alex. And then I don't remember what was said. He said something about being a shaman, like he thought I was a shaman the way I acted or something. And because I was always bringing like these artistic like gifts, and for some reason I was always bleeding. I was always getting cut on the mirrors that I was bringing them, and they're like, "Oh my god, it comes with blood on it. They come with blood on it," and they like get all excited for the blood. I'm just like, I did it by accident, but like for some reason I kept on cutting myself every time I went up there by accident. So that was kind of weird thing that happened. But Alex then told me his real name, which I won't reveal to the world his real name, but it's a pretty amazing name. I don't know why he didn't use his real name, but he likes Alex Gray, so he goes by Alex Gray. Anyway, he's the Don of all Dons. So he's the mastermind. I decided that the staff did not belong with him. I wasn't even going to bring it up to him. I wasn't even going to bother him with the staff. I decided it's going to come home with me, whatever it is. It didn't belong up with Alex. That's what I decided as I was talking to him. So then I'm done with him. I get Allie. We get out of Magic Mountain. We're gonna go down to the shore to spend the first couple days down by the beach to go relax because we've had like a hectic week. We've been up for days, and so we decided it would be safer to go back to my parents' house and get a couple hours of sleep before we travel all the way down to Wildwood, New Jersey. So we make it back to my parents' house. Allie's in my bed. I'm at my windowsill, like this, hanging on the windowsill, just looking at the thing, just thinking about all the crazy blood moon and all the crazy witch stuff at Alice's. And I'm thinking, what this is the craziest New Year's I've ever experienced in my life. The cloud, the train, and I'm just sitting there like embracing it all in. And then people, this giant green thunderbolt photon laser torpedo comes flying over my house and flies out over the trees into the swamp and then disappears in the swamp. And looked like it was gonna blow up the swamp. And I was like, what the fuck is that? A green photon laser lightning torpedo flies over my house and into the swamp. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, this is big. I'm like, this year is gonna be real big. It's gonna be. I was putting up a big year already. You know what I'm saying? This, like I said, this is when shit was popping off for me, and I was down with the psychic underground and everything, and down for the crown, baby. You know what I'm saying? But so I was like, should I wake Allie up? I'm like, no, I'll let her sleep. Just let her sleep. I will tell her in the morning. So she woke up in the morning. I told her, I was like, Allie, I saw this giant green laser thunderbolt phonon torpedo fly over the house last night while you were sleeping. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen besides the blood moon and the train tracks and the cloud. And she's like, oh, yeah? She's like, yeah, okay. So we went down to Wildwood and then we left the condo. We were going to go to the Wawa to get some drinks and some snacks and stuff. And as we're driving down New Jersey Boulevard or Pacific Boulevard, a green lightning phonon torpedo come flying out of the sky on a diagonal, like a missile, and it looks like it's gonna blow up. It looks like it landed in northern Wildwood, and it was gonna blow up North Wildwood. And we're like, what the fuck is that? And Allie saw it too. She goes, "Oh my god, what was that?" I go, "That's what I saw last night. That's what I saw last night. That was the same exact thing." And I was just like, "What is going on? This is just crazy." So this is like day 2 of New Year's and New Year's Day, and so we get back to the condo, and it's our condo is right on the water on the ocean, and we're on the 3rd floor, and I'm smoking my American Spirit cigarettes. And I used to use my American Spirit cigarettes as like powerful, like little magic tools because of the tobacco, because of the power of the tobacco it had in it. I used to use it for like different things and stuff like this. So I said to myself, I go, let this cigarette represent the 2 phonon laser green torpedoes that I've seen in the past 2 days and the blood moon as I throw it off over the side, and I never litter at the shore. I never litter because it's wrong. But for some reason, I decide to flick the cigarette off. I go, let it represent the 2 phonon torpedoes that I just saw in the past 2 nights. And I flicked it off the deck, and it went 3 floors down. And when the cigarette hit the dune, the sand, boom, all the lights in Wildwood blacked out. Everything blacked out and went completely black. And I was just like, holy shit, that was a powerful cigarette. What's next? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm causing blackouts and shit. And all the power went out. And then this is where this story gets most crazy mind bending. And this is a true story. Ali can back me up on this. A Sasquatch looking character who looked like a Sasquatch, like a almost like a Chewbacca, rises out of the dune in a shadow form, and then he turns around and he walks across the dune, out across the beach into the blackness, and he disappears into the blackness of the ocean because all the lights are out and it's all black, and he disappears and he walks into the ocean. And that's how I started my New Year's on 2011. And I'm like, this is going to be a big year for me, which it was. Many things popped off that year, but this was just one of the great stories that happened this year. That year, um, just before I was on medication and like I got toned down and I lost all my powers and stuff. And but damn that medication. Uh, so go figure, people. A Sasquatch ends with a Sasquatch walking out into the ocean. That's how my New Year's started. Those 2 wacky days of events. Who knows what it means? I don't know, but I will tell you this: I've seen the green lightning phonon torpedo laser 2 more times in my life. So I've now seen it 4 times. One time I was sitting in Chatham. I was downstairs in my den. I was looking out in the stars through the trees, and the green photon laser torpedo came down out of the cloud, out of the sky, and flew over towards the Great Swamp again, just like it did the first time. But it was a little more to the left of my house. And then the fourth time I saw it, I was at Wildwood on New Year's this year when the ball dropped 2024. I was sitting there with my lady friend, and it once again came out of the sky at Wildwood like a heat-seeking missile and flew down into the ocean, and it looked like it was going to explode in the ocean, and then it disappeared. So that was 4 times I saw the photon green laser torpedo. People, I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if they're aliens, they're messing with me, or they're doing something. Someone's doing something somewhere. Something's happening somewhere, somehow, some way, somewhere. People, beyond what's known, beyond the living, beyond the dead, beyond the mysteries. Beyond, it's from beyond. That's the only way to describe it. It's from beyond. Bizarro, it's totally bizarro. Another tomorrow with total bizarro world. Living in bizarro world. Alright, so that's my whole story about New Year's and the blood moon and Magic Mountain. That's what I used to call Alex Gray's compound. I used to call Magic Mountain. and Wildwood and the Sasquatch, and that's the whole story. Oh yeah, and I never ended up burying. I was gonna bury the staff of Dagon in the beach. I was gonna dig a big hole in the beach and bury it, but I decided not to bury it and take it home. So I took it back to the studio where it stood for another couple months before I ended up just disassembling and destroy it and putting it into the trash with the rest of the idol stuff that was being worshipped. Don't make idols. What's this story of this lesson? Don't make idols. Come straight with the Lord. Don't litter your cigarette butts. What else can we learn from this experience? I don't know. You figure it out. That's the story. That's all I got. God bless you. Peace, love, joy, love, joy, love, joy, peace, love, joy, love, joy, love, joy, peace, love, joy, love, joy, love, joy. Love to give joy, love to give love. Love is love, love is love, love is lovely when you're loved. I love you.